Hey, good afternoon, everybody. CBS News Philadelphia meteorologist Grant Gilmore here with you. Beautiful out there, isn't it, this afternoon? We had a cold front come through earlier this morning. If you were up early, maybe up for a walk with the dog or just up early running around for your Friday morning, you probably still felt some of that humidity that was out there. But after around 9 o'clock or so, most of the region had the cold front sweep through. And once that cold front came through, there was a noticeable difference in just the way it felt out there. The wind started to pick up a little bit. I mean, maybe windy at times, but it's been a nice breeze. That lower humidity has been around, and it's been really nice through much of the afternoon. But good to see you guys here. Glad you're here with us. I've got some comments here streaming over on the side, so this is just a quick check on things, and we can chat about the forecast as we head into the weekend. The weekend forecast looks really nice. Let me show you what we have out there across Center City right now. Doesn't that look pretty? Just a few passing clouds here or there, and I mean, it's looking really nice out there into the afternoon. Checking in on those current conditions here. We've got dew points in the mid 50s. All right, so for perspective here, that dew point is the measure, just like how the temperature is the measure of the heat in the atmosphere, sometimes the lack of heat. The dew point is the measure of how much moisture is in the air. And that dew point reading, obviously, just like temperatures, the lower the dew point, the less moisture that we have, and the more comfortable it's going to feel. That humidity, or the relative humidity, really is a product of comparing the relationship between the temperature and that dew point. And ultimately, the closer that temperature is to the dew point, the higher the humidity will be. So in a case like this afternoon, the difference is pretty great. Lower 80s for our current temperature, and then mid 50s for our dew point temperature, and that's putting our relative humidity there at 39%. Also, notice the wind speeds right now out of the west. Last couple of days they've been out of the south, but out of the west they're around 20 miles per hour, actually gusting up to 25 miles per hour. And that's honestly some of the pretty consistent around the entire area. I can't say one place more than another has seen more wind or less wind. It's been pretty consistent, 10 to 15 miles per hour, some gusts up to around 20 miles per hour. So it's been a nice and breezy afternoon. Occasionally we'll get some gusts up closer to around 25 to 30 miles per hour, so it gets a little bit breezy, but it's nice. It has a hint of fall in the air. I think you start to feel like the seasons are changing a little bit. It's getting into mid to late August, I guess, at this point. So a little breezy out there. Those temperatures are generally in the low 80s for most of the area. You head up to Trenton, you're at 79, 75 in Allentown. Mount Pocono was in the 60s when I did the noon newscast. It's 70 right now, but gosh, it's nice out there. There's the cold front continuing to push out to the east, and it's ushering in this area of high pressure and that cooler air coming in from Canada. I mean, it's that Canadian flow that's coming in on the backside of that low pressure system. That high pressure system helps to push that wind in from the north and west, and there you have it. It's that change in the flow when you have winds out of the south, out ahead of a cold front. That's why it's warm, it's humid, it's sticky. All those conditions out ahead of a cold front are what fuel any showers and storms. But once that frontal boundary, or that leading edge of that cooler air moves through, that's when things begin to really start to feel better. You can see that temperature difference there right along where that frontal boundary is. That front sort of draped back to the south and west. Greenville, North Carolina is still in the 90s right now. You see Greenville right there at 90, and Norfolk's at 88 degrees, and that front's just about there. And you got 82 in Philly, but look at all those 70s back into the Appalachians and the Ohio Valley. Chicago's at 76 degrees currently, but it's really nice out there. Have I said that? I think I've said that. Yeah. All right, so in terms of the forecast for the rest of tonight, or the rest of this afternoon and tonight, no real big changes. You're not going to get spoiled by a shower coming through. It's just going to stay nice. We're looking at clear skies, still a little breezy at times. I say, look, open up those windows. Let Mother Nature's AC work a little bit for you, and keep the house nice and comfy, some fresh air coming in. Temperatures dip into the 50s for many of us tonight. How about that? 59 in Millville, 59 in Atlantic City. Philly will bottom out around 60 degrees. I was looking back at the climate data. You have to go back to around June 20th or so for the last time that we were this cool. So it's not like we're saying, oh, it's going to be as cold as it was back in April or May, but definitely it's been a while since we've felt temperatures this cool. Of course, unless you've gone on vacation somewhere, like to Canada. But over the next few days, tomorrow, it's kind of more of the same. Sunshine, that nice cool start, highs up around 80 degrees. And then on Sunday, a little bit of a data glitch there, 4 o'clock, but you can imagine temperatures generally in the mid-80s on Sunday, so we'll see a little bit more warmth come into the mix as we go into Sunday afternoon, but it should still be nice. Generally speaking, from the Poconos down the shore to right in Philadelphia and everywhere in between, you've got a lot of sunshine ahead for you. Low 70s up in the Poconos tomorrow. How about that? 79 on Sunday, and then some low to then upper 80s for most of the area, most of eastern Pennsylvania into South Jersey. We'll see a lot of sunshine and some 80s out there. Low humidity. In terms of this evening, I think the main impact that we'll see out there will be the winds. It'll be a little breezy as we head through the evening. You look closely here on some of the trees there at the bottom of the camera. You see some of those trees are kind of blowing around a little bit. So it's breezy out there. West-northwesterly wind there from 10 to 15 miles per hour, staying up there, maybe gusting to around 20 miles per hour at times. And then those overnight lows do bottom out somewhere in the upper 50s to lower 60s. You're going to have some warmer temperatures closer to the cities. But as you get farther away, get away into more of the burbs and into kind of the country areas, you'll find some cooler temperatures, probably in the upper 50s or so. And then here's your Saturday. Probably one of the best Saturdays that we've had in a while. I guess it's kind of, depending on what you like. If you like the summertime heat, maybe not so much. This is going to be more of that late summer type of feel. 81 tomorrow, nice and cool, and just a great day to get outside and spend some time with the fam around the house, maybe around the city or something like that. Should be pretty good. And the 7-day forecast really doesn't have a lot. We were talking earlier in the weather office. We were saying, all right, what's the next weather maker? What's the next real big thing that we need to be tracking to let you know about it so you can plan? And we were kind of like, there's not much. I mean, you don't want to make something out of nothing, right? So I mean, enjoy it while you have it. Low 80s tomorrow, upper 80s on Sunday. I think maybe aside from just the real comfortable weather that we'll have over the weekend is going to be the low 90s that sort of bounce back into play on Monday. So we'll have some low 90s. I don't think the humidity is all that oppressive to start off the week, so it should be pretty good on Monday. And then we just hang out in the mid 80s. There's some indication that we might see an isolated shower sometime through next week, but those chances are so slim, it's really not even worth pinpointing at this point. We're just looking at really negligible rain chances anytime soon, with great weather on the way, and honestly near normal and kind of seasonable conditions as we head through the majority of next week. So I am just here to tell you that go out, enjoy the weather, enjoy what we have. It's been a real active weather pattern here recently across the Northeast. Several rounds of severe weather really going back for about a month or so. So it's been fairly active. I do want to mention this, though. Let me switch over to a different graphic here, because it has been quite the talker. We'll be talking about this during our newscast later on this evening, but you've got a Category 4 hurricane spinning in the eastern Pacific Ocean. So this is off the west coast of Mexico. Cat 4 Hurricane Hillary. As of the 2 o'clock advisory, this hurricane has 145 mile per hour winds. It's moving to the northwest at 10 miles per hour, and you're probably saying, if you're somewhat familiar with the geography over there in the Pacific, well, what's northwest from there? Well, the Baja Peninsula, Baja California, and then California. And then that's not to forget about the other 4 areas that we're watching in the Atlantic Basin for potential tropical development. So a lot happening in the tropics. We're going to talk about this track for Hurricane Hillary. Meteorologist Tammy Sousa is going to be highlighting not just the track of Hillary, but also how rare it is. Because how often do we talk about hurricanes or tropical systems heading to California? Once, maybe, and that was back like 84 years ago that happened. So pretty odd there, but I mean, there you go. You've got hurricane watches and warnings up for the Baja Peninsula there. In fact, you've got, look at this, just off the coast of San Diego, tropical storm watches. Who would have thunk? Yeah, so that's what we're talking about, aside from our great weather coming up here in the Philadelphia area, but talking about hurricanes in the Pacific potentially impacting the Southwest, the West Coast. So Tammy Sousa will have that for you around 5:30 right here on CBS News Philadelphia. In the meantime, guys, I'm meteorologist Grant Gilmore. It's been great chatting with you guys. Hopefully you have a great Friday, have a great weekend. And, of course, you can always find all the news and weather information that you want right there on our website on cbsphiladelphia.com. So have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy your weekend, and we will be talking to you soon. Take care.